What is happening, everybody? Welcome back. It's been a while, right? Again, I apologize, I've been busy doing lots of crazy stuff. The games room has been going through a considerable update at the moment, spending a lot of time sorting bits and pieces out. I would say it's 2/3 complete at the moment. Maybe the coming weekend, am I free? And the coming weekend on the Sunday I'm free, so I'm going to try and polish off the last job to finish off the games room update for 2024. So there'll be a juicy video coming up on that with an updated games room tour. You can see I've got a space just there, which because of the reshuffle things have moved on quite a bit, and yeah, it's gonna be, I mean, it already is quite different. If you could see where I'm looking at right now, you'd be like, whoa. But yeah, it's looking good so far, and can't wait to show you guys. So in the meanwhile, what have we got? Obviously January blues, even though I said I wouldn't after the vintage gamer video. Obviously we went shopping. We've got quite a few pickups, some good ones as well actually, to go through, which I think may interest you. So let's start off with a little bit of a random one. So when I went to Vintage Gamer a few months ago, when I picked up True Lies, when I was there, his Vintage Gamer's got this shelf of just shelf filler SNES and N64 games, where, you know, he's just got the sports titles, the common as muck stuff, which you see all the time. And that's where I saw True Lies and this other game, and I picked up both. And this other game I'd never seen out in the open before. In all fairness, I'd never even heard of it. I was like, what the hell is this? So I asked Nick how much for a price for it, and he was quite surprised. He was like, whoa, that game shouldn't be on the shelf. I'm like, why? He goes, that's a really expensive rare game. He goes, where did you find that? I was like, it's just on the shelf, dude. He's like, no, that's probably gonna go on eBay for how expensive it is. I'm like, whoa. Okay, cast it from mind because it wasn't anything that was on my radar. And eBay, the algorithm in eBay, it's been shocking me a little bit. It put this on the screen, and I was like, oh, I'm sure this is that same game. And I thought, this is quite cheap. And that game is Legends of the Ring, or Boxing Legends of the Ring. You can see that there. See, it's a very obscure game. I don't know if you've seen it before. You can look at the artwork in the front. It's just a bunch of legendary boxers. Go on the back. Boxing games for the SNES, obviously everybody goes for Super Punch-Out. This looks more like a simulation style game. I haven't played it. But legendary middleweights: Sugar Ray Leonard, Robert Duran, Thomas Hearns, James Toney, Jake LaMotta, Sugar Ray Robinson, Rocky Graziano. So essentially it looks like it's a boxing sim game. Obviously the footage will be over as usual. But yeah, you never see that often. Complete with the manual. Not the best condition. But you can see obviously all the corners are worn considerably. But this was a bid accepting best offers. Starting bid was 50. I just offered the dude 50. I remember Nick saying this is well over 100 quid, and that seemed to, you know, line up with what was on eBay. So I thought 50 quid. If it is that much of a rare game, it's again, it'll be relatively nice to have it on display, considering how battered it is. But yeah, I thought, yeah, why not? I'll have that. Alright, so the next game was off of eBay again, and I've been after this for quite some time, and it might be a little bit confusing. We got Resident Evil 0 on the GameCube in Player's Choice. Oh man, that's really the dregs really. But inside you've got the manual and a disc, but then behind that it is Paper Mario for the Nintendo GameCube, the 1,000-Year Door. You guys will remember I acquired a case, and open it up. instruction manual only for Paper Mario. I got this on the cheap. I think it was like 30 odd quid. So I've been on the hunt for a game to complete it. And I messaged the guy. I was like, dude, I don't really want Resident Evil 0. You can keep it. Especially with the disc missing, it's kind of worthless. And he was like, yeah, but with the disc missing, I need something to send this one in. And he did it me for 50 quid. So 50 quid plus the 30. I got a copy of Paper Mario on the GameCube complete for £80. You might be able to see it over there. I already have it because I picked up a complete version. So this inevitably will be going towards trade or, you know, CEX trading or something. At some point, if I can get more than 80 quid for it, then that's what I'll do for it. But yeah, happy to complete that finally. That was nice. Likewise, you guys will remember when I got ripped off of eBay with the counterfeit cartridge. Yeah, it's terrible really. I picked up Conker's Bad Fur Day for the N64. Again, that is to complete my slightly battered copy of the N64. It's got a bit of a tear in the corner. It's not really in shape that much, but it is complete with the manual. The manual's pretty chunky for this, so yeah. Again, just like with Paper Mario, I'll hold on to this for a while, and eventually I'll use it to get a trade in, hopefully for something else, something that I need. So if anybody is after a copy of Paper Mario or Conker's Bad Fur Day on the N64, ideally both, and they have something juicy for trade, then get in touch. I'm open. Send me a message on Instagram. Yeah. RetroRoy85, you should be able to find it. So this game I knew nothing about. I have no interest in this game at all, and I would never have normally purchased it or even been looking for it, except I saw it on Side Scrollers when they were talking about some of the craziest ever covers for a SNES box art. I don't know if you can guess what it might be. It's American only, it's NTSC, and yeah, I'll just let you have a look. It's Faillanks, and look at this banjo rootin' tootin' hillbilly on the front. Now, you think, what could this game be about? Well, the footage will be there, but look at the back. It is a 2D shmup. So, a 2D shmup called Faillanks, get fired up, this is the fastest phaser fight in the galaxy, has got this banjo playing hillbilly on the front. I have no idea what is going on here. It's clearly, you know, batshit crazy. But just for that, I thought, you know what, should I buy this game? I went on eBay again. Yes, I know. Went on eBay again, and I found this, which was going less than what the buy now options were. So I was like, yeah, go on. I'll order it from the States, and it arrived. I didn't get charged for duty, so I'm relatively happy with that. No manual, sadly. But yeah, I'm bought purely for aesthetics. My man, the hillbilly playing Faillanks. Okay, so now we're on to the good stuff. I've been after Konami games for quite a while, you guys know, and this one has taken me longer than I thought because of how much the asking price seems to be for this. I don't think it's worth that much, but the asking price is going up a little bit. It is obscure, it's not a common game that you see that often, so I'm really happy to add it, and it is Rainbow Bell Adventures Pop and Twinbee. So the common Pop and Twinbee game for the SNES, you guys will know, is the 2D cutesy shmup, whereas this Pop and Twinbee game looks like it's got the same, you know, spaceships with the bells and stuff. This one is a 2D scroller platforming game. It's 2-player as well, apparently. I haven't fired this up yet on anything. The dude that sold me this, he actually had 2 copies. He had 2 copies. This was the lesser quality of them, and he gave me this one a little bit cheaper because he thought the condition wasn't great. And I mean, in general, you can see it's really sharp. There's a little bit of wear to the black part there, but overall, it's a really good nick. I think he said that the manual, let's have a look. He said the manual has got writing in. Let's go to the back. Passwords, yeah. A few password written in the notes in the back. But even the manual is dead sharp. And the other copies of this game that I've seen have got like a few tears in, but also it's quite rare actually to get a white SNES game, right? White isn't really a colour that they used at the time, so the other versions I've seen on eBay have got like they're faded and the colours have like seeped in, so they become more yellow. You don't really want a yellow white game. So this is quite crisp, it stands out. Oh yeah, slight tear there on the back where the opening is. So again, nothing major. And he did me a really good deal with this, good price. Significantly less than what the other ones were going for on eBay, so I was really happy to add that. So you know, on the Konami set, I need a box for Castlevania Dracula X, and I need Biker Mice. So 2 games, well, a box and a game left to scratch off the list. But I've got my eyes open. We'll see. Last but not least, this is a little bit of a crazy one. If you've stayed on, I was talking to my mate who lives around the corner. You know who you are. And we were reminiscing about some of the good old days, the accessories that you get back in the day. And I told him one of our mates had this for the Game Boy, and I rarely see them anymore, but it's a really cool piece of kit. So obviously after talking to him, I was like, you know, I should just get one. And obviously naturally straight onto the phone to see if I can get one. And I managed to find one in good condition, boxed up complete, for pretty cheap. Again, it was a best buy offer, an auction buy it now sale, and I offered him what the asking price was to start the bidding, and yeah, he accepted. You'll see why. It is a Saytech Booster Boy. I had to check what was it called, a Booster Boy. So you can see, look at this thing. So inside here, you pull this down, the faceplate comes out. Inside here is a DMG, right? And what happens is you can plug in the headphone jack to the inside using the headphone adapter, and then on the side you can plug in the power adapter to the side of the Game Boy. So therefore the unit takes over powering the Game Boy and sound of the Game Boy. You got this awesome analog stick, not analog stick, but you know what I mean, and you got the big buttons, so it makes it into an arcade. That all sticks in, right, and locks it in place just about. You can pull down the sides, it gives you access to all the various, you know, bits and pieces on the Game Boy. The DC adapter has got the port there, so you can plug that in. It's got storage in the back for your carts. That's pretty cool. But this is probably the best. So out of here is little mini speakers for the sound. But watch this. So you can open this bad boy up, flick it round, right? Underneath here is some lights, and then obviously it's from the side on, it acts like a magnifying glass, so you can obviously magnify and light up the DMG screen at the exact same time. I mean, looking at it there, it's crazy the difference it makes. You can press the power button from the top. Unfortunately, I haven't put any batteries in because I don't have any C batteries. I don't know if I can maybe show you guys. You can't really see the magnifying effect. Maybe just about. Not sure if it's coming through. Donkey Kong is in there at the moment. Classic. But yeah, to play this and get the light up so you can play it in the dark at the same time. I mean, this thing still works. The control stick and the buttons, everything's good. I thought, wow, this is amazing. And like I said, when I saw the condition of the box with the cardboard insert, right? So obviously that's relatively important for something like this. The condition of the box was, you know, it looks immaculate. With the unit itself, I thought this is a no-brainer. Now, obviously, the elephant in the room, you can see that this thing is yellowed up. You know, it's yellower than the sun, right? Superman will get big powers from this guy. So clearly, I need to do something about this. Now, I've got a few other bits and pieces that have also yellowed up. My SNES, the Wavebird, the NES, even the Dreamcast. They've all yellowed up in, you know, the UV rays. I know that there is a way of sorting it out because I watched some refurb videos, and you can get this thing called Retro Bright. It's like, I think it's hydrogen peroxide, relatively cheap, and you basically lather it on, and then you put it under a UV light. So you can either purchase like a UV light, you know, tube, or if the sun's out in the middle of summer, which, you know, we might get a week or a day, then you just put it out in the sunlight, and essentially it removes all the yellowing. So come summertime, I think I'm gonna have a go. This clearly needs fixing because it looks like it's been pissed on by a camel. Let's be real. But yeah, if I get this cleaned up, I think that'll be a nice experiment, and then I can also do the snares and the NES and like the other stuff, like I said, and that will be a really cool bit of content to make and a nice experiment. So I'm gonna do that. But yeah, let me know, have you guys ever seen one of these before? There is like the next up version of something like this. It's called a Hyperboy. I'll show that. It's a Konami gig, but this was £40, whereas these Hyperboys look like, you know, 200 plus. So I'm not really in the mood for investing in something like that. But this is nostalgic because, like I said, my neighbour had one of these, and I used to play on it when I was a little kid, and his wasn't complete. He was missing something. So to get it all complete, all working, I need to try the light, but I mean, I assume it works. He said it works. I'm really happy with this. It's, you know, if I feel like playing Pokemon Red or something, then I'm definitely going to fire it up on this bad boy to get the full experience. It's much better when it's like not an action game because it's not as responsive. So for just a slow, gentle game, this is really cool. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that. Some nice January pickups. As I said, in the next week or two, I'll do a big game. I'll probably do 2 videos. One is just the stuff that we did to update the games room, and then I'll do a games room update for 2024 because it's changed so much in here. I think it'll be some good content. Other than that, there is the upcoming Black Country Games Fair again. So yeah, we'll definitely be going there. And then I think we're heading to Leicester to check out some of the game shops there. So that'll be good fun with the boys. So yeah, plenty to get going with in the meanwhile. Hopefully you stuck it out till the end. If you did, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you on the next one.